Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Dan-A-Plooza. My guest is the beautiful pinup, atomic red hot pinup girl, Tiffany Flamingo.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. Welcome to the show. Glad you're here. For
Yeah,
those
happy to be
watching
here.
and future watching, if you want to see Tiffany Flamingo and the Atomic Redheads, make
Red
sure
Hots.
red hots, not heads, not
It's
heads. Uh,
okay.
make sure to go ahead and look at these events. There is an event this weekend. It's a WW2 photo shoot. So check out that this weekend. There is a Miss Rubber City Tattoo Invitational Pinup on Saturday, July 29th. There is the Miss Mercer Pinup Contest Saturday, August 5th. Rockabilly Ruckus Friday, August 11th to Saturday, August 12th to Sunday, August 13th. And then there is Miss Steel City Mods versus Rockers Pinup Contest, which is Saturday, August 26th. So make sure to
Yes.
go ahead and check out those
Yeah.
events.
Those are my for sure shows. Now, there's shows we jump on all the time that come up at last minute that we try to go to. So
Sure.
those are my for sure shows that have set outfits. So
Yeah.
I'll be there as long as everything with my daughter goes okay and we can make it. So those are the ones I will for sure be at.
So
Yes.
make sure to go ahead and attend one of those amazing events if you are in the area
And if you
for.
watch the show, come and get your picture with me. Tell me you saw me on the show.
Okay, yes. Please do. Any press is good press. So, um, with and I know you mentioned some of the charities that you have helped, such as No Heroes Left Behind, the NCFA, and the Friendship Room. What?
Yes, those are all charities that the Atomic Red Hots have collectively raised money for this year. Sometimes it's the same charities, sometimes it's different charities. I'm new to the group, so
Mhm.
they provided a list, but those are the charities they've been working with lately. Or we have. I keep saying they. Hey, it's me too. I'm part of the group now. So we
Yes.
will be helping out this year and
Um,
previously. Yes.
and you mentioned that it raised, is it $2,005 so far?
I think 2,500 this year so far
2,500. Okay.
for various charities. Yes.
That is impressive.
Yeah, the girls get together, they throw burlesque shows, they jump into car shows, they're like,
Oh,
let's do a pinup
wow.
show, let's do this. I mean, like, they are
Yeah.
great. So I'm glad to be a part of the group.
So, and I know that you have competed in various contests so far. And I believe, as we had mentioned earlier, that you have some sashes and crowns.
We do. We have a pile of sashes here.
Ah, look
We've
at
got a couple crowns,
ooh.
some definite trophies.
Oh,
Hey,
wow.
Pittsburgh. Um, and we have a crowd choice award. I proudly won this
Aw,
year at Candy's
yes.
birthday bash, Ashland, Ohio. Yeah, we've got, but there's not a lot. There's a couple first places, but lots of second places. And here's my first sash I ever won at Pinups
Oh,
in the Park in Conneaut Lake.
there you
I wish it would have
go.
had the year on it. Yeah, that's the first one, and then it just goes from there. A good friend of mine, Mary Jane Vandekamp, she always does a show locally every year. These are all tangled up, but I won second place at her show the one year. She was so sweet. She handmade everything. How cute that is. So that was
Aw.
runner up. And I won Miss Gem City 2019, which Gem City would be Erie. It was at
Mhm.
a food show, like food truck show in the city and bands and stuff. And I had one. Well, this was the first sesh, but they may be a new one. And that came along with a crown. That was 2019. That and Miss Pittsburgh Most Vintage 2019 are really the only titles, that came with a little crown. Wore it for a while.
Mhm.
That Miss Gem City no longer exists, though. The girls have moved
Aw.
on, and they no longer do that. I am the last and reigning Miss Gem City. So There'll never be another one of those. But this year I won first place in a photo contest. So that was fun. A friend of mine made a custom outfit. It was super cute. So I won first place in a photo contest, got a little something for that. This year though, over the summer, this year was like my big win. Okay. I was told by a group of pinup girls, okay, to get out of pinup. I'll never go anywhere. I'm too bold. I'm too talkative, too much, I was too much for their group. And they said, get to scooting. So I went independent for a few years, hit like 16 shows a summer, had the time of my life. And last year, by 1 point, I lost. I won Miss Mercer by second place. So Miss Mercer runner up right here in my hometown. I lost by 1 point, which I'll take that. And I also won the ambassador award, right? But this
Oh yeah.
one, all my friends were there. My mom was still alive. She was cheering me on.
Aw.
But those girls that said I'd never make it up in the pinup world,
Yeah.
they're the ones that had to pin these sashes on me. So my fiance will tell you, when they called my name, I busted out like the Kool-Aid man. And this very same girl that told me to get out of this industry
Yes.
had to pin not one,
Oh.
but 2 sashes on me. So you know what? When somebody doesn't have faith in you and you have faith in yourself, just keep going. And then, I found these Atomic Red Hots. Got to show you our jackets.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just a newbie, but I saw these girls walking around shows. They're so nice. They were so sweet.
Mm-hmm.
They were so supportive. And I love red. I'm like, I gotta get a jacket. So I got to know some of the girls and I really liked them, and they let me join. So I'm a new member. We wear these little jackets. If you ever see anybody with these jackets on, come up and give us a hug. We'd be happy to help at any car events, working 50-50, anything like that. At your car shows, at your events, we're there. But yeah, and then this year, my favorite show to do every year is the Miss Steel City Mods versus Rockers. It's down there in Pittsburgh. It's at a place called Neville City Bowl and Beach. And out back, down by the river, they've got a sandy bar, tiki, everything, cabanas. People come in and party off the river. Really fun time. And I won second place at that one. And I'll take second place, and the sash matched my outfit.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't care if I'm the first or second place girl. This is pinup, right? You go, you hope you win. Of course, everybody does. But you're always happy for the girl who wins, even if you don't, And so what we do is we'll take like our awards that we won, like at the last show. Mm-hmm. If we don't win, we'll like throw our sash on and be like, hi, I'm Miss whatever from this other show. Can we take pictures together? And you just use the opportunity to seize the moment wherever you can, And then the last sash is this year. I stepped out of my element and I joined a beauty pageant. So it was a gown, an interview. I had to do a talent, and I'm an aerobics instructor. So of course I put on my leg warmers, did a little aerobics workout, and I won second place on that. Sometimes, the new people can do well too, and whenever you need a pick me up, even you, Dan, I would send you a crown so you could get a pick me up on a lonely night if you are ever down. Just a bubble bath in one of these changes the world. But one of the ones that I do, I go to the Tattoo Expo every year. It's down at the Sheridan in Pittsburgh. There are some celebrities who MC the show, and they've been like near and dear to my heart now because, right, I come every year. And now whether I win or not, people still come to see Tiffany Flamingo. So even if you do, like, I'll do shows a lot, and if I don't win or don't do well, I always keep on going. And last year I got asked at a pinup show, what would you tell the next girl in line? I said, keep on coming. Yes. Keep on coming. We just, there's a whole world. It's a thing. It's a real thing. It started out for me with my sister had a retro wedding, and then Mary Jane Vandekamp's her cousin. We're sisters. We adopted each other. And she goes, hey, I do pinup. You would do great, And then, my mom was born in the 40s. All of our family photo albums, everybody's rocking a beehive and some silk gloves, And as a kid, I, used to play dress up in my mom's old prom dresses that now I'm like, why did I ruin those dresses? Right? But, it's just, pinup just, is from my heart. My mom just passed away in December. And it was a way for her and I to become closer. She'd always give me direction on what would go right with my hair, or my accessories, or my makeup. And now it's just me and my fiance. We go to car shows. It's just a chance for us to be us. We go alone or we join the pinup group, and it's just a really good time. We don't have a hot rod, but we bring Tiffany Flamingo to the party. So when people go, "Do you have a car? Do you have a car?" I say, "No, but I got 13 outfits in the trunk. What color is your car?" And then we get a picture. So it works out. It works out. We'll get a
Yeah.
hot rod someday. We'll get a hot rod someday. Someday.
Oh,
So.
wow. Thank you for sharing all of that.
Yeah. I have a good time talking about pinup. It's
Yes.
it's an escape when you need to get away from reality, and it's a good way to get with the girls. I've what I just got done raising kids, right? My kids are 14, 17, and
Yes.
19, so I can go out with the girls finally. So it's just a lot of fun. It's a great escape.
Uh, yeah, we don't have that where I live. There's no pinup really at all. It's very scarce. We do have a car
One of
show.
the Red Hots is from West Virginia.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yes.
Um, we do have a car show, and it's at the Trans Allegheny Lunatic Asylum. And
I actually have some friends that go to that one, and I
yeah.
want to come someday. I'm going to come. I have an outfit that I think would rock it. Go there. Have you been to that car show?
Yes, I've been there because I watched. There was a wrestling show they had there, and I've stayed all night in that lunatic asylum
Oh, that's
uh,
cool.
for
I
24
believe that
hours.
there's one of those asylums or an old penitentiary. They do a hearse show, a vintage hearse
Oh
show.
yes,
And those are pretty cool because, there's not just regular pinups. There are modern pinups. There's retro pinups. We have goth pinups. There's vampira pinups.
yeah,
There's, traditional pinups. There's Hollywood glam pinups.
yeah,
So, you'll start seeing, now that you're interviewing lots of us, you'll start seeing us more. I promise you that.
yeah. I've been told to cross the state line and like venture out, because we're isolated
Right, right.
here.
I just keep saying there's more to this world than the 60 miles that surround your home.
Yeah, it's I believe because I've talked to some of the other people, they're like, "Well, just get in the car, Dan. Come on, let's get there." So I feel like I will in the future once I move and I get everything established and situated and everything.
And
So
then when you get to a car show and you see some pinup girls, say, "Girls, come on, let's do some
yeah,
shots."
how you
Come see
doing?
old Danny, Dan the
Yeah,
man.
I want to do the I because I've watched Friends, and like Joey and how you doing?
How
Just
you
let's do
doing? Yeah,
it.
that's cool.
So that's one of my favorite shows is Friends. So I get a kick out of that.
I like pivot,
That's what I'm
pivot.
doing right now with moving furniture. Pivot. That's
Yeah,
what I've
we're
been doing
remodeling the house, and yeah, same thing. But that's my favorite pivot. And then my all-time favorite movie quote, though: "Shitter's full."
Yes, yes. Um, who is it? I met
That's
what is it? Beverly D'Angelo, who was Clark's wife in that movie,
okay. That's
and
cool.
she called me Dan the Man. She's like Dan the Man.
How you doing?
Yeah, that's how it was, and she was a blast. She signed my
She's hilarious.
National Lampoon's Vacation VHS. Unfortunately, I didn't check the VHS. It's like CNN broadcast. Like somebody made a bootleg because I bought it in Goodwill, so it's not even the movie.
That's so funny that you bring that up because I just yesterday was cleaning and organizing around here, and I have the National Lampoon's box set, and
Yeah.
I'm looking at it right now. It's on my shelf, right? That's so funny that we brought that up today.
Yeah, I met her, and then I met the girl who played Audrey, and
Oh, nice. Well, which one? Because there was two, and the
the
one, the European
first one,
Vacation, it's not the
the
right
first
one.
one, and
Yeah.
she had little station wagon National Lampoon ornaments, so she signed it, and it plays
Oh,
the
cute.
song "Open Road" on the ornaments. So
That's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was great. We had to actually put it together because you had to put the batteries in there. So there's me, Beverly, and Audrey putting this little tiny car together.
Well, that's a great memory. At least you had a moment.
It was really funny. Um, but as far as moving forward with pinups, is there kind of like an ultimate goal for you as a pinup girl?
Well, we all, want to go to the most shows and have the most outfits. I mean,
Yes.
basically, you can go as far as your money or your job will allow you, right? So,
Mhm.
of course, if I traveled all over, I'd go to all the shows and try to be Miss Everything. My whole goal in pinup, though, when somebody meets me and they say, and the impression I want to leave on them is, I just want to be that girl, right? That girl
Right.
you can call, that girl that other girls have been to me. I mean,
Hmm.
I just want to, if you want to call me for advice, if you need me to dress you up, if you need hair advice, you need makeup advice, you need a friend. I just want people to know, like my dad will tell you, the only thing that's bigger than my mouth is my heart. So
Right.
if that's all that anybody gets out of meeting me, I just want to be that girl, right? I
Yes.
think everyone wants to be that girl though, secretly, right? But I don't want to be Miss Everything. I don't want to be the best of the best. I don't want to lead my own crusade or my own club. I just want
Yeah.
to be one of the girls and have a good time. And then I meet all these bigger pinups, right? So I just think I'm a mediocre pinup. There's little pinups, there's medium, then there's big girls. I'm friends with like some big name pinups, and it's just like you're just like, oh gee, who would have thought you'd have liked little old me? But I mean, I'm friends with some really good, big name pinups, and we'll go to car shows and we'll hang out after hours, and
Aw.
we'll go to breakfast in the morning. And they're
Yeah.
not just hanging out with me because we're pinups at the same place. These girls are hanging out with you because they genuinely like you. In life we tolerate people, right? Because we're at the same place. If you meet a pinup girl and she's kind to you and she's open to you, she's not ever going to be fake. I
Yeah.
mean, these are some real girls here. So,
Yeah.
except for that one little group, that gave me the shoe off. But, you know,
Mhm.
aside from that,
Yeah.
98% of pinup girls, their heart's in the right place.
Yeah.
So that's why I like doing it.
Um, I have a little spontaneous question, one not one that I sent, just a little just
Okay.
popped in my head. So when I talked to another pinup girl, Candy, I asked, do people sometimes sing or use songs, of your pinup name, uh, does anybody sing or do anything in that? And so when I think of Tiffany Flamingo, I wonder, does people mention the song Breakfast at Tiffany's?
No, no, they not no, no. But I could when I walk on stage, I might cue up that song. I do make a good breakfast.
Yeah.
No, but my pinup name came because I'm adopted. I was adopted when I was a baby, and when I was
Mhm.
18, my biological mom found me, and my birth name was Tiffany,
Mhm.
and flamingo because flamingo. Hello, flamingo. Flamingos are the
Yeah.
best. They're so cool, and they're like a staple of like all things vintage.
Mhm.
They're a staple of like standing out in the crowd, being yourself, being
Yes.
proud, being tall. There's a book about a baby flamingo that can't understand why it has to say eating pink things and
Yeah.
why it's pink. So its mother tells it, you're pink because we eat pink things. And he eats blueberries and he's not happy being blue. And he eats bananas and he's not happy being yellow. And he eats oranges and he's not happy being orange. And he goes right back to eating his shrimp and he's so happy being pink, right?
Right.
So I just the book from the little flamingo and just going to my first
Oh.
show, and listen, I gotta show you. I do have a shrimp tattoo.
Oh, there you go.
And I do have, I'm sorry, it'll be upside down. Let me see if we can switch this. But I do have a flamingo tattoo. Oops, what happened here? Hold on one second. My phone was like, I'm going to lock on you. But I
There
have now Candy McCrae. I don't know if you can see it. Sorry, everybody. There we
you go.
go.
Yeah.
So I'm a pinstriped model. See,
Oh,
we got the pinstriped model. I'm sorry that's not such a good view. But my buddy Candy McCrae, who runs Candy's Rockin' Birthday Bash that I won crowd favorite at,
yeah.
she's really, really ill. And she can unfortunately no longer have her show. And we're always in the wrong place at the wrong time. And life has just taken us in two different places. But I did say, Candy, if I never see you again, I need a custom piece.
Yes.
And she customized that piece. I got tattooed to the back of an ambulance at her show. She
Aw.
gave me the template. She wrote me a nice note, and I'll forever cherish that. But I do have the shrimp for a reason. Everybody goes, "You have a shrimp tattoo?" Yes, I do. But there's a reason for it. And then, but so yeah, Tiffany Flamingo, and plus like Tiffany lamps and all the vintage Tiffany glass and everything. So that's why I just thought it would make a good name, and it stuck. It just stuck. So I call my fiance Mr. Flamingo. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm like, why can't we be Tiffany and Mr. Flamingo?
No.
He comes to car shows, and if I do a fashion show, he will model with me. I will
There
give
you
him that.
go.
You know what I call him? My accessory.
Extension.
Every pinup model needs a good accessory.
Exactly. Yeah, when I had asked that question, I told Candy, did people sing the song "I Want Candy," and that, and so
Oh, that's a good one.
I sang like a little bit of that. So I was going to be like, did people ask, breakfast at Tiffany's? Did people say, "Well, I said, what about breakfast at Tiffany's?" She said, "Well, you'll say." So,
I would start singing, but I'm a terrible singer.
yeah. So
But you know what? That's a great idea. I might take note of that next time I have a pinup show.
yeah,
Try to, when girls walk on stage, try to place a song that goes good with their name. Great tip.
yeah. Someone said if I come to a show, they're just going to hand me a microphone and expect me to do that.
If you showed up at my show, I would give you a mic and I'd MC with you. We'd have a blast.
Yep.
I
That's
am expected to have a show this July. I had a show last year, Queen of the
oh
Drive-In at
wow.
Reynolds. It was at Reynolds Drive-In
Mhm.
for their like 75th anniversary. They had a car show. We got rained out. Pinup Girls stayed. Most of the car guys left. Pinup Girls stayed. Nikki Darling did win. She is the current Queen of the Drive-In, and we are trying to set a date for that this summer. So everybody can look for that. But yeah, if you show up, Dan, you're getting a microphone.
Well, I have to accept that because I have done other singing interviews and everything, and one is with Paige O'Hara, who played Belle from Beauty and the Beast. So
That's cool.
I did the whole Gaston thing. So
Ah,
I'll
that's
just
funny.
send you that clip. But yeah, that's what I did. I played the whole character. So
That's cute.
do you ever see, like, maybe when you were younger, were you more kind of like influenced into Disney and other things before you found pinup?
We were a Disney family. I'd say I was always a horror film chick. I'm
Yeah.
telling you. We were watching like Halloween and Texas Chainsaw Massacre and The Shining and things like that. We were a Disney family though. We went to Disney World a couple times. But I was always more the girl in the horror movie that lives at the end rather than a Disney princess, right? I'm the girl that outsmarts that killer, okay? But yeah, we do like Disney here. I have a 14-year-old daughter, but I also have a 4-year-old stepdaughter. So
Okay.
when we're getting a little back into Disney. I like the old Disney though. I'm a
Yes.
Peter Pan girl. I'm a Fantasia kid.
Yeah.
Bambi. Things like that. So
Yes.
before the Disney princesses,
Okay. So that would be
Peter Pan, Bambi, Fox and the Hound,
um,
Lady and the Tramp. Those
Aristocats.
are my 101 Dalmatians. None of those have princesses.
Aristocats and like Oliver and Company.
Yeah, All Dogs Go to Heaven. Big,
Yes.
I love that movie. All Dogs Go to Heaven and Lady and the Tramp. Now that we talk about it and I brainstorm, I'd have to say All Dogs Go to Heaven, Lady and the Tramp, and 101 Dalmatian. I just love dogs.
Yeah. I don't know if you remember in All Dogs That Go to Heaven, the gator, that musical gator that sung
Yes,
is
and
Ken
yes.
Page from Oogie Boogie from Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh my gosh! Now that you put
Yes.
it together,
Yes. That's
I thought
him.
that voice was familiar.
Hmm.
So yeah, but yeah, Disney. Here, when I hear a funny story about Disney, I'll probably embarrass the crap out of myself, but we talk about it all the time. My parents took me to Disney World, back in the 80s when
Yeah.
you could sit at the bar with your dad as a 3-year-old child.
Yes.
I was making my mom crazy. My dad takes me to the bar. I had on a Minnie Mouse dress. These
Yeah.
ladies are like, nice dress. Oh, so cute. And I'm going,
Aw.
oh, aren't I so cute? And then I turn and I go, and I'm going to eat my dress. And go, no, no. And I start, and
Yeah.
my dad picks me up. Okay, we're out.
Dinner time over.
So anytime we bring up Disney or Mickey Mouse, I cannot live this down, right? My dad, I'm like, don't bring up Disney at Thanksgiving. Don't bring up Disney at Christmas. Because we have to hear the story about how I viciously ate my dress to freak out some old ladies at 3 years old.
Oh yeah.
I knew how to make people's heart race. See, but it was those horror movies.
Yeah. I went when I was 11. That's when I went to Disney, and
Okay.
we rode a boat, a cruise, and you had to dress up for the captain's dinner, so you had to dress all fancy.
Oh,
So
cool.
I wore a suit, but I was a big Chicago Bulls fan, so I wore my Chicago Bulls shorts with my suit. So it's like the shredded red and yellow and everything, and I'm
Wait a second. Didn't you just wear that last week?
yeah. And so like I stood there in the doorway and I was like, I'm ready for the dinner. And they're like, you need your suit pants. I go, no, I support Michael Jordan. I'm wearing these, you know?
Go Bulls.
Exactly. That was all about that. So then everyone had to take a picture. So anytime anybody sees me with red or white stripes, they're like, are you going to a captain's dinner, Dan? You know, there's always that joke.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yes.
Hey, I'm always wearing red. Oh, this side. I'm always wearing red and white stripes. Usually, I try to wear red and black. I like to wear red and black. It's good colors,
Oh, yeah.
but not Chicago Bulls. Tiffany Flamingo, red and black.
Yeah.
I'm a Pittsburgh fan. Gotta say,
Oh, I,
Pittsburgh, Pitt, all that.
I was born in Chicago, so that's
I love Chicago. I could live
yeah,
in Chicago. Listen, I went to Chicago a few years ago and I did Chicago. We
yes.
stayed in the most haunted hotel, the Plaza Hotel. We went on a weird Chicago bus tour. We went to the drag club. I mean, we did Chicago. We went to the Tiffany Museum. It was I like Chicago. We hangover style partied on the roof. And my friend got a discount on her room because the maintenance guy swore at her. So she said, I want $20 off my room. One of your employees swore at us. Whatever works, right? Whatever works, right?
did you throw a mattress out the window like Hangover?
No, but do you want to know what I did when we checked out? I lined my pillows up down the bed. I wrapped them in a sheet, and I took that phone cord and that's how we checked out of our room in downtown Chicago. I was like, watch me get a bill because some scared lady calls 911 and they unnecessarily call the police, right?
Yeah.
But when you're in Chicago, I mean, you got to do something crazy. So that's what we did. But going back to being a lover of Pittsburgh, that when I won Miss Pittsburgh Most Vintage 2019, my question was, why should you win Miss Pittsburgh? And I said, because I come from a house, when you get asked who your favorite football team is, you better say the Pittsburgh Steelers or you're getting a licking. I said, and when you're asked who your favorite baseball team is, you better say the Pittsburgh Pirates or Dad's taking off the belt. Right? It really wasn't that serious, but seriously, my dad would be like, "You see the Pittsburgh Steelers. If you want to sleep tonight and you're in this house,
Yeah.
Steelers."
Mhm.
So, and I think I mean, it was just a fun conversation, and I ended up winning something. So,
Yeah. Um,
thanks, Dad.
I know that you wanted to reach out to people who've recently supported you. I know you had some slips and you wanted to show appreciation for people who are helping right now.
Oh yeah, my daughter is 14 years old and she suffers from autoimmune hepatitis. It's not a hepatitis that she caught from me or from anybody else. It's just something that was developed, buddy. Sorry, from within. We noticed she had it when she was 3. We've had 4 serious hospital stays.
Mm-hmm.
We just went into the hospital on April 22nd. She was there for 10 or 12 days. We had 8 days home. She went back in with a severe infection. And we learned that Allison needs a new liver, and she's 14 years old. And sorry, well, we can do a living donor, so we don't have to wait for someone deceased. And if anybody out there is between 18 and 55, Allison would appreciate it if you went to livingdonorreg.upmc.com. If you are, here's my slogan, right? Organ donor? Why wait till you're dead? We just need a sliver of your liver, just a sliver. Recovery time's 3 months. It's real easy for the donor, real easy for the recipient. There's the information there. If they don't, you need to be available via email and checking emails if you do go and apply. Excuse me, because they will be emailing, and if they can't wait for somebody that they responded to not respond, buddy, stop it. So if you do register and they contact you and you don't get back to them, they will move on to the same person or
Right.
the next person, and they only
Mhm.
will screen one person at a time. So if that
Yeah.
process takes a week per person, so
Mhm.
if you do, we appreciate it. And if you don't hear anything right away, that doesn't mean they didn't pick you. That doesn't mean you're not going to be considered. It just means that they just need some time to find somebody. But we do
Mhm.
have like 3 months. We've got 3 good months. In the meantime, I was thinking about buying an RV and taking this little girl to see a little bit more of this world than Mercer County, Pennsylvania, because she has
Right.
never been to Disney. I'm not going to
Oh,
Disney, but we're going to do a Tour de Pennsylvania.
there you go.
And we're going to go to, the Pennsylvania Grand Canyon, and we're going to go do
Hmm.
some things. We recently just lost my mother to cancer in December. So
Okay.
this is another big hit on us. But I'll tell you what, the
Right.
girl's a fighter. The girl's a fighter,
Mhm.
and she's not going anywhere. She's not
Yeah.
going anywhere. We're going to keep her. We're going to keep her here, hopefully. So, yes, if anybody would like to help, yes, it says right here. I'll read it to you. Be between the ages of 18 and 55. Be in general good health. Have an unselfish desire to contribute to another person's health or life in a healthy way. Learn how you can give. upmc.com/living donor liver. Phone number 412-647-4438. Living donor registration is livingdonorreg.upmc.com, and the recipient is Allison Deviney. And I will show you this again. I go to work still, and my client and my people, I'm a lifeguard, and I dance around the pool, and people go, just how are you keeping on? And the thing is, you got to keep on keeping on, right?
Right.
So that's just what we're doing. We're keeping on, keeping on. So people say, why don't you donate? You're a universal donor. Well, the thing is if there's 2 people in this household recovering from a major surgery, there's 2 chances for infection. There's 2 of everything, 2 sets of medication, 2 transportations for clinics. So they will take mine or her brother's if it's really urgent. But they don't how am I going to take care of her if I'm her primary caregiver and I'm across the Pittsburgh in another hospital recovering
Right.
myself. The incision, it looks like a Mercedes symbol. I mean,
Mhm.
it's a heavy duty surgery. Woo! But sorry, my chair slipped right out from underneath me. But yes, and anybody that calls that number will get totally informed. We don't know who they're going to pick, they don't call and say, oh, this person applied. So, it's just, we're hopeful. We're just trying here.
Okay.
I'm going to set up a GoFundMe. We're going to do some fundraising. We can take donations right over Facebook Messenger at Tiffany Flamingo. Facebook, if you feel the desire to send some gas money or anything, we're certainly not asking for money. But if somebody wants to reach out and help us, everybody could use the help here and there. So, but we're not too far from Pittsburgh. Children's Hospital does 30 transplants a year, and the surgeon that has approved her for the surgery, he does 30 a year, and he's been doing them since 2011. So we're very confident and going with Pittsburgh. So they're like the best. Pittsburgh Children's Hospital is really like the best when it comes to transplants. So she's in good hands.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's where we're at. She's upstairs right now. We just got home from the hospital yesterday. So yeah. And she's not an only child. I have a 19-year-old son who just graduated last year. He's a welder. I have a 17-year-old son who's fixing to be a senior. He's a 3-4-time Letterman on the football team. And I do have a stepdaughter, Chevelle, so, Allison, of course, is our main concern, and the older kids can take care of themselves. But, there's a whole family of us. When she was in the hospital and people would go, what can I do? What can I do? How can I help you? And I say, don't worry about me. Don't worry about Allison. I have kids at home who deserve to not eat out of a box, who deserve to, my fiance, he's a guy, they're guys. They throw frozen pizza and whatever. My son doesn't complain. They'll eat sandwiches and pizza. But, I just said, don't worry about us. Send a hot meal to them, So a couple of my coworkers got together and sent a lasagna, and a neighbor sent the last time she was sick, a neighbor sent a lasagna, and coworker made one this time because I love lasagna, but I don't like to make it. So if anybody says, what can I make you? I say, please make lasagna. But, everybody helps in their own little way. But, yeah, that was my main concern. It was just worry about the kids that are at home. Like, I'm here at the hospital. We're good. I'll get free meals. We got free parking. Yeah, I got to pay gas to go there. But, so I would come home and I feel bad for leaving her for a little bit. But, she had to understand, like, I'm someone else's mom too.
Right.
So fortunately, my dad, he really stepped in. We're blessed to have him. So the times I would need to come home, he'd hang out with her. So, but listen, Tiffany Flamingo does more than mom and more than pinup. Tiffany Flamingo would like to, do some camping this summer and, experience some things with Allison, just in case.
Well,
no regrets.
Yeah. Well, that's gonna wrap it up for here for Dan-A-Plooza. I'd like to thank my amazing guest, Tiffany Flamingo. Thanks for being on here. Sending prayers, everything goes well. Take care and have a good night.
Yes, thank you.